Hey everyone, Eggman here with another video, and this might be a little bit silly to say and probably a little bit unhealthy too, if I'm being honest, but despite all of the card games we currently cover on my YouTube as well as on my website, I'm always on the lookout for future card games to cover as well. And one that's currently caught my eye is the Aandroidd card game, which isn't new, but they do have a new Kickstarter for their Clash client, which we're going to talk about today. Now, I will say, for full transparency, part of the reason it's caught my eye is because they've sent me gift boxes in the past, including one for this specifically for this Kickstarter, which came with 3 boxes, one for each one of their sets, a couple of promos, including also this Voldesk Stellar card as well, which my camera's not doing justice right now, but it was a really nice piece. And if you guys want me to do a video or a live stream open the boxes, please let me know. I'll do that. They're currently unopened right now. But I will also say that I think them sending me that has caught my eye to look at the game a little bit more. But now that I've looked at it, I'm making this video. There was no obligation to make a video, any content, and or anything with what they sent me. They just wanted to send it to me so I would look at it in the first place. And obviously there's no obligation for me to support this monetarily, which I am doing as well. So I want to go over it, the things that I've checked and kind of looked over that makes this different in my eyes than other kind of Kickstarter card games, and why I'm supporting it as well. So if you guys are also interested in supporting this, you can check out the link in description. And again, I do appreciate Aandroidd for just sending me some stuff to make sure that I kind of get my some eyes on this one. So, but right now I am currently Nobleman 1, which is $100. It comes with a couple items and some in-game items as well. But if you guys don't know, so Aandroidd has existed as a physical card game for a bit now. It was originally kickstarted as well, and I have been seeing it pretty often in local game shops here in North America, which is a big step in its own way. So I want to commend them for, because that is no small feat to do that. I know it's a lot of work to just to be on shelves in general, but what this Kickstarter is specifically is for an online client for it, which I've always enjoyed online clients. If you guys don't know, the reason I started making content was based from Hearthstone, which is an online client, and I really do appreciate all that. Obviously on my Twitch I do a lot of like One Piece and everything else, and as much as I like playing physical card games for making content, it's just way easier to play online, right? So it's a lot more approachable for a lot of people. So it's also being developed by the creators of Pixelborn, which I'd supported them on Patreon up until they could no longer do their thing anymore. But I really do appreciate what they've done before, and I think it's a step in the right direction that they're teaming up with a team that's so known for making online simulators already. And I think it's Pixelborn obviously was something that caught my eye already. That I've known them. I think they do great work, and I think it's a really good partnership for Aandroidd as a brand already. So, and then I will say there's a whole video on this. I do just want to kind of go over another thing that's really caught my eye, something that I haven't seen in online clients before. I will watch just the first couple minutes of this one, but for this, yeah, I'll just wait till they get to the part. So, but this is how the game works.
With every card in the game,
if you guys didn't see it, all cards are free. All cards are free for this game, which means that even though it's free to play, right? We've seen so many free to play card games before, right? Where they'll give you packs every once in a while, but you still need to be able to put money into digital cards, which you get like no return with, right? And I understand the business model. I understand why that works, but this one is legitimately free to play, which I think is a huge step that I've never really seen in a card game this size or of this popularity. So the idea that they really believe in their game, that one, they want people to be able to play it for free, is fantastic. Obviously I'm paying a little bit, but that's because I support them. I could obviously do this without pledging for it, but I think that's great. Like even this, like what, $100, so I get every card for the digital client forever, right? That is a good deal. That is a great deal in my mind, right? I'll spend $100 on a One Piece booster box right now. Now they can, you know, as a physical card game, I can trade it up, right? But the fact that I can support a card game like this and be able to play it for, you know, for all the sets that they have, I think is a really big step for this, which again I have not ever seen, right? Every other card game I've seen, you do have to put some money up for it. Some of them are like better than others for that kind of stuff, but I think the other thing too is that card games are really, really, really tough to get into, and that's part of the reason I've made my content creation, and all my content, right? Like the reason I do tournament results, do deck lists and everything else, is to be able to give templates to players so that they are able to get to a card game, make a 50 card deck that they can kind of believe that works sometimes, and be able to play the game. But to be able to have an online client that has the rules processing for you, and it doesn't cost you money to play with the cards, is I think that's super aware of them. I think they recognize that like a lot of popular card games have alternatives to that already, to a paid client, and so just to make it free out the get-go, so if you want to test out the game at full power without any monetary investment, it's a fantastic move. I think it's something that's really, really caught my eye. I'm talking about it forever about it, but I think it's something that I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works in the future. So obviously you still can pay money for more cosmetic items and stuff too. They do go over it on the Kickstarter in a little bit more detail, but the fact that you get to do that, all functional cards unlocked, right? Onboard tutorials, right? They have tournament play, casual play, ranked play. They have quests and puzzles. It's fully automated, and cross-platform if they reach their 750, which as of this recording they're about halfway to right now. But this is a Kickstarter that's going to be continuing till November 4th. But I do think that this is quite the deal, and it's something I really, really want to support, right? If something that I think there's just so much, again, like card games are so hard to get into, and if you're able to make it so people can learn to play your game, if people can like test out decks without having to spend money or any additional commitment, so then when they do spend their money, they are more confident in the cards they're getting, right? We've all been burned. We've all been saying, oh, I think this deck is good. You spend all the time, money, etc., to be able to get them. Some online clients are better than others from obtaining cards as well, and then you test it up, you sleeve it up, and then you're like, oh, this deck is bad, right? This is just something I don't think you're going to really run into with this game as well. So I haven't even talked about how the game works in general, which I'll do like on a surface level, but you can check out the Illustrials card game YouTube. They put a lot of content out on there, on also just kind of some higher level plays, which I think is fantastic for a company to do as well, to be able to show off their card game. And I haven't played as much of this card game, especially not their new set. I haven't played that one yet, but something that's really caught my eye as well is that they've got a really, really cool deck building mechanic of you essentially have 20 life, but that 20 life is kind of like a side deck where they have elements which you use to pay their cost of things. So you can check out their website. They have all the cards on there too. Like Daybreak, they've just added, so again, there's 8 different types of spirits. They've added solar and lunar spirits as well. And so by able to use like your life as also a resource, I think it's a good balance. And also, again, like there's some really cool deck building choices for it as well. So it's definitely a game that I've been wanting to get a little bit deeper into as well. And it's so hard to do with paper at times if you don't already have a local scene, which they definitely have been working on. But by having an online client exist, which is free, which you can play anyone with, and you don't have to worry about like, oh, I want to play this deck, but I can't because the card's too expensive or I can't obtain it. I think that's it's really aware of them, for them to realize what the community needs and what's the greatest resource, that then if people appreciate, they can jump back in, or they can get their battle passes or other types of monetization that exist on the client. So they've got some stretch goals as well. You can check those out as well. They're just about to hit 400K as of this one. And I think it's a really good product that with everything, I can tell that they're really pushing for this as hard as they can, which if you are following them on any of their socials, you can see how really earnest it is. So again, I did get the Nobleman one, so that means I get some HD wallpapers, I get some beta access. I also get a friend beta access. I was honestly looking at Citizen 3, but we jumped up to 100. But if you want to look into this, I think Citizen 3 is probably a really good middle ground, especially if you have like a friend who's not interested or unsure about it. You and them, they can go 50-50. You get beta access, they get beta access. You can play against each other if you're unsure about playing with others, and I think that's a really good deal. And then if the game takes off, then you get it's $50 that you help support, but also you still get a client where you get every card in the game kind of thing. So, but then I also get some exclusive stuff. I got a box of Daybreak as well, and some additional goodies too. So honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. I think that the people at Pixelborn have done really well in the past, and from what we've seen in their videos too, I think that the client is looking really fleshed out, and I'm really excited to see the final product for it. So it's something I believe in. Again, I will say they have sent me stuff, and I will fully acknowledge that. I don't want to hide that either, but it's something that obviously there's no obligation for me to sign up for their Kickstarter. This was something I did by myself, and it's a product that I really want to see fully realized and just exist in the world too. So that's my video for this. I know it's a little bit different. I'm curious if you guys have tried out Elestrals, if you have any feedback for it, but it's a project that I really do want to support it, which is why I am. So let me know what you guys think about it. If you guys want some more content, if you guys want me to try to add it to my deck builder as well, if they have an online client, I definitely want to have something that can import into it. So I am interested in checking that out too, if that's something you guys want as a community. And I'm excited to see when the game comes out in their beta access too. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you all next time.